So look, it just broke now that the dollar's dipped under 70 cents, 69.9. It's not going back up. It's a crisis. First, your reaction to that? You know, like that's a pretty big deal.
Thank you, NDP Liberals. You know, they brought in this disastrous $62 billion deficit, smashed through their own guardrail, told the whole world that our spending is completely out of control. Meanwhile, the NDP Liberals have attacked our biggest export sector, oil and gas. So when you're selling less of your goods to the world needs less of your dollars. So combine the fact that we're flooding the economy with an oversupply of debt-financed dollars, and we're blocking demand for our dollars by weakening our top industries. It's pretty simple. Your dollar drops. When you know, it's supply and demand. The demand for the dollar drops and supply explodes. What do you get? A weak dollar. And now Canadians will pay the price. It's not, you know, this is not about somebody sitting in an economics bureau looking at a screen. This is about when you go to fill up the gas tank, when you go to buy an internationally priced food stuff at the grocery store, it'll be more expensive because the purchasing power of the dollar is lower.
You know, you alluded to it, the family guy. I'm one of those guys with, you know, hockey and piano lessons and all these things. Grocery bills are out of control. We look to Ottawa, you know, as a GTA, and we see all that, you called it a clown show, and we wonder that how does anybody there go to Christmas break after that debacle yesterday? And in light of the things that you just mentioned, the 69.9 dollar and all kinds of other problems, you know, what is going on here? I mean, is there come a point where people take it more seriously for the average person, or is it just a show there?
Well, it's a chaotic clown show, and we need to fire them all. But let's not make any mistake, it's not just Trudeau, it's all the NDP Liberal MPs. Every single one of them have voted for his plan to double the debt, double housing costs, double reliance on food banks. Now they want to quadruple the carbon tax to 61 cents a litre over the next 5 years. It is an absolute nightmare. We need to fire every single one of the NDP Liberal clowns and elect a common sense conservative government that will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime.
I got one more question. I sense that you know, you're frustrated in one way because you know that the country is burning, and you can fix it, and you want to fix it. The polls show the Canadians want you to fix it, but there's one problem, is that there's no election on the horizon. And you mentioned about finding a way to trigger one. I don't know, outside of Jagmeet Singh is the only one, and he seems to want his pension more than anything.
Jagmeet Singh, every Canadian should call Jagmeet Singh and say, put your country before your pension, and vote for a carbon tax election now.
What do you think he would say? Have you said this to him?
I have, but he's so determined to get his pension, and he has to wait till February, and that's why, you know, his House leader said, well, we'll wait till March. Well, March is 1 month after Jagmeet qualifies for his pension, and maybe what we could do is set up a GoFundMe page to raise money to prepay Jagmeet Singh's pension, so that he doesn't have to keep the country in this state of misery for another year.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
I don't think it's going to be much of a holiday.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like, and I don't think anybody in Ottawa should go on holiday myself. Yeah. We don't.
I agree with you. We should cancel Christmas holidays because the NDP Liberals don't deserve a holiday, and common sense conservatives would rather work anyway. But we'd rather work.
All right,
it's a bloody disaster up there. Like, we can't leave our people twisting in the wind while we as politicians who have the responsibility to fix it are wasting time. So we need to get back to work. We need a common sense conservative government as soon as possible, and that's what we're going to bring home.
Nice to meet you. I've been with Pierre Poilievre, the next Prime Minister of Canada, and he raised a very interesting point, and that is that maybe it's time to do a crowdfunding. Even though you're saying it a little bit in jest, the country really is in trouble right now. Like, this is serious business.
Yeah, it is a serious situation. We're staring down the barrel of a 25% tariff from a very strong president who's newly elected and has 4 years ahead of him. And this is a guy, you know, he thrived in the most brutal jungle of economic warfare, and that's the Manhattan real estate market. Yeah. This guy knows how to negotiate, and he spots weakness a mile away. And when he looks over at the chaotic clown show and the chief circus master, Justin Trudeau, he sees nothing but weakness. And that's why it is an emergency that we get an axe the tax election to elect a common sense conservative government headed by someone who has the brains and backbone to put Canada first.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Let's bring it home.
Thank you.